Good morning, guys. My name is Josh. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Now, today we are going to be doing It's Back. The series is finally back. It's been a long hiatus away from the series. Don't worry, I have been ticking off routes in the background. Yes, you guessed it. It's riding every single Stagecoach West bus route. Today, I'm tackling the Stroud Depot services. Hopefully, I'm going to do the other half of the 65, so the Stroud to Dursley leg. I'm going to do the 60 between Dursley and Thornbury, hopefully getting it the whole way, both ways, and filming a full route visual on that. I'm also going to do the 67 loop, and I'm going to try and do a 620 back down on the Stroud to Old Sodbury half, so that half of the 620's ticked off, and then I'll just have to do the Old Sodbury to Bath leg for Stroud, and I'll also try and do the 166, but that only runs 2 trips on the day at, I can't remember what the times are, I think it's 9:50 and 1:20. I'm walking to town to get on the 8:55 C59 service to Stroud. Gets me in for 9:35, so actually probably what I'm going to try and do is get that 166 then, and depending on who the driver is, I might just stay on the entire way up to Brockworth and back, because I could get questioned, or I'll get off at Whittle Inn and get back on, we'll see. But anyway, welcome to Riding Every Stagecoach West Bus Route, episode 6, I don't know. We are getting close to finishing the nearby area ones, and then it will involve a trip down to North Bristol, which is where I would tick off the other half of the 620. Let's get started. Of course, as per usual, I have a West Gold Day Rider, which is unlimited travel between 4 a.m. and 1 a.m, which is very good. £7.10 for a child, £8.10 for an adult. Very good bargain. And today I'm going to be spending, well, I would be spending at least £20, because I'm on, I think, yeah, I'm on quite a few trips worth £3. But my first trip is the 0855 C59 to Stroud. I will tell you in the next clip what the actual vehicle was. So my bus is going to be the lovely 18437 V06 JCJ. I'll film probably another video in that video that'll come out tomorrow, which will be a ride on board episode on 18437 V06 JCJ. Okay guys, it has now actually been a while since we last spoke. It's now 10:45, so it has actually been 2 hours since I last spoke to the camera. Now, we had a little bit of an issue on the C59. I wasn't let on, well, I didn't get on due to an invalid ticket, perfectly valid on every other bus, so it was just him being a knobhead. Instead, I got the 882 up to Gloucester, which was 9 a.m. I've got that before, you know. And now I am on the 22 to Colford via Cinderford, which is on the outskirts of Cinderford, at some temporary traffic lights at the moment. This is VX13FLE. Now, I did bring my sheet for it, so I did film a route snippet between Gloucester and Cinderford, and I will film a route snippet between Colford and Cinderford on the return. Now this bus of course gets in at 11:20, it will have a 5-minute turnaround in Colford, and it'll go back to Gloucester as a 23, which goes via Lydney. Now I haven't decided whether I'm going to get back on this bus and go to Gloucester via Cinderford, via Lydney, or wait the 35 minutes for the bus in the other direction to tick off the 22 entirely and then have the entire of the 23 to do, because it's the same with the 2 and 2A. If you get off, you have to, the next one is the opposite, so you have to sort of wait, either do half of each or do a full one and then have none. We'll see when we get there how I'm feeling. Okay guys, it is 11 o'clock now. We are about 20 minutes out from Colford, the terminus. Now I have decided I'm going to tick off the return journey for 22, so I get the 11:55 22 service from Colford Angel Hotel back into. What I might do is I might get off at Cinderford bus station and simply get on either a 24 or a 746. They're both the other Stagecoach West routes that operate in Cinderford. If the time's right, I will have a look on bustimes.org now and I'll let you know. Okay, so the timing isn't ideal. We get in about 5 minutes after 24 leaves. So my other option is leave Colford on a 35, which goes to, I believe, Ross on Y. We'll have a look at the timetable when we get to Angel Hotel. So the other option is a 35, which I believe goes to Ross on Y, out of Colford. So that's our other option. If not, I'll get the 11:55 22 back into Gloucester via Cinderford, because there's nothing else Stagecoach West wise that I can pick up. We are nearly at Angel Hotel, the terminus, now, and I'm starving, so hopefully there's enough time for me to go and get some food before the 35, hopefully. Okay, so at Colford Angel Hotel, exact same bus stop, we go from the 35 towards Ross on Y, actually leaves at 11:20, the same time we get in. Now I could make a very quick 5-second change. Hopefully we're on early and that's late, or that's really late, you know. At the moment though, it's on time and I think we're only a couple of minutes early. We'll see how it goes. But if not, I will be getting the 11:55 back to Cinderford at least. We'll see. Okay guys, I am now here in Colford. We did get actually in about 4 minutes, three or 4 minutes early. Now, the problem is the 35 left early. Unfortunately, he was sat at the traffic lights when we got in, which unfortunately they went green as soon as I got off the bus. So it did unfortunately go. He left at 11:17 when he wasn't due out till 11:20. And it is a timing point, so realistically, he should have not been gone. It was VU11 BTF, so didn't really miss out on any luxury. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the 11:55 22 back to at least Cinderford, and we'll see if any buses are running late, because of course if that fast connection, 746 is running late, it will have to be running over 10 minutes late, but there is a chance. But if not, by the time we get to Cinderford bus station, I'll have a look on our approach to Cinderford. Ooh, the robin. Anyway, yes, on our approach into Cinderford bus station, I'll have a gander at bustimes.org, see if anything's running late, because I know the only Stagecoach West service in front of that would be 11:22. I think there is one at 11:50, but it's going back towards Colford, and I don't really want to do that. I either want to go Gloucester bound or Ross on Y bound. If I did make that 35, I would have then gone on to do a 33 up to Hereford, because I need to do that half of the 33. But we'll see what happens in about 22 minutes time when VX13 FLC arrives, a Stagecoach local scanning at E400. So it comes in off a 23 and then it goes back out 5 minutes later. That's how they do it, so you alternate. So Gloucester to Colford, you'll do a 22, then you'll go back up 23, 22, 23. It does that quite often. Of course, the difference between the 22 and 23, the 22 is Gloucester to Colford via Cinderford, which is what I've already done, and then the 23 goes south outwards, and it goes towards the Lydney region and Lydney as well. It would have been nice to maybe tick that route off as well, but it isn't the end of the world, you know, if you think about it, because I can get this as far as Cinderford and hopefully get to Ross-on-Wye. So we'll have a look at the bustimes.org to have a look. Of course, if it's running late, that is perfect, but we'll have to have a look. See you in a bit. I have just been looking at bustimes.org. Now, we're getting at 11:32. The 746 towards Ross-on-Wye is actually at 1:15, unfortunately. So, what I could do is just to tick off half of another route. I know this is it's kind of confusing it, but at the same time it's not. What I could do is I could get the 1150 24 to Cinderford, and then still get that 746, and then I've done half of 3 routes. Then I can go Ross-on-Wye up to Hereford, Hereford back to Ross-on-Wye. Hopefully if it lines up, I'll do a 746 back from Ross-on-Wye back to Cinderford, stay on it to here, Colford. Sorry, get a 24 from Cinderford back here, Colford, and then do the second half of the 22, hopefully. But knowing me, none of that will line up. I'm going to quickly write up a quick itinerary and hope it all lines up very nicely. Okay, that idea is not great. I've had a quick look on bustimes.org. I won't even leave Ross-on-Wye towards Hereford till 2:50, so that is out the picture. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this 11:55 22 from Colford Angel Hotel to Cinderford bus station. Get there at, I don't know what time it's 12:32. Okay, then I'll have 45 minutes there, so I'll probably just go in the Tesco or something. And then at that point it is 1:15, and we get to Ross-on-Wye at 2:05, I think it is, and that will tick off the 746 half, and then basically I'll just get the 746 straight back to Cinderford, and then I will resume a 22 or 23, not 22 or 23, 22 or 24 from there, whichever one's the better timing, back to Gloucester, and then, yeah, we'll see what goes from there. So the next slide will be a blank screen with the timings, hopefully. So that will be the itinerary, so that means the entirety of the 22 will be done, entirety of the 746 will be done, and then the 24, half of it will be done. I just would need to do a Gloucester outward, a journey out from Gloucester. The bus is now here. It's VX13FLC 15876. Let's go on it. Okay, there must be some sort of through travel on this service, because there's 2 people that stayed on, and there were a person that stayed on the last one. So there must be through travel from Cinderford to Lydney or something like that. There must be, and vice versa, because people have stayed on again. Yeah, this one terminates there. I'm not really sure. Anyway, we're on board. We're getting this to I can't even remember. We're getting this to, of course, Cinderford. We'll get off in Cinderford and have just under 45 minutes there. So I'll do some bus spotting, but it won't turn into a video. It will just be some bus spotting, like clips. The 24 is actually in front of us, so it does get double deckers as well. When we get back to Gloucester, depending on timings, because we get to Gloucester at 4:15. If there's a 24 leaving at 4:20, then I'll get it 5 stops for the rule, and then I'll just get like the fastest one back into Gloucester, just so the 24 is done in its entirety. and it not just half of it. So, bit of ease. Anyway, we leave in 5 minutes. There'll be a few clips out the window, and then I'll try and do a what would I call it? A route snippet on the 746, because that's the full route begins somewhere else, I think, doesn't it? It's not a full route visual. It'll be a route snippet. Anyway, next time we'll speak is in Cinderford again. In a bit. Okay guys, we are currently sat at some temporary traffic lights just outside of Cinderford bus station. Now, there is actually a bus stop right by the temp traffic lights. And the driver is shouting to the people that are waiting at the bus stop that he's not stopping again. Because we are stuck here. Luckily we're moving forward now, so he's going to open the doors, like not at the bus stop, which I find quite funny. He's like been shouting. It's quite funny. When we get in, I'll do a bit of bus spotting, and then we'll see how it goes. Oh, okay, basically that bus stop's out of use. Or something, I don't know. Anyway, when we get into Cinderford, I am going to get off, obviously, and then wait around for my 746, so I'll probably record this, leave a few other buses, whatever happens. Because Cinderford is served by Newport bus services, which I didn't know, and Stagecoach West. So yeah, I'll see you when I'm off. This is the situation we're dealing with, so I think traffic in both directions has been stopped because of that highway maintenance van. Another funny thing, in terms of buses, there's a bus waiting at the other traffic light, which is VX61FKH, which would have been that 1150 bus that would have left in front of us at Colford, going to Gloucester as well. Because of the way it goes, we've passed it twice, going on in the opposite direction, and the driver has got out and is down there, so he could be waiting here for a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. Of course, the other lane of traffic has gone green first. We have already seen this bus twice now. Oh, there's a bus right behind it as well. 27, which will be turning left down there. This one's operated by FR Willits. Yep, 27 around Cinderford to Lydney. They love a weird blind. Cinderford to Lydney. And there's also two buses behind us, which is one of the Yutong, a lower decker Yutong by Newport Bus, and then an older bus, 711 route. Very nice. And there's another 22 down there. We're going to be going green in a second. Lovely jubbly. See, at least this bus hasn't got caught in anything. Well, we can't fit, apparently. And there's the bus going the other way. And we're through. Finally. Well, I've gone from having ages connection to, well, 10 minutes less, so job's a good one, because my bus has to go through there anyway, because it comes from like north, so it serves the same bus stops we have into Cinderford, so at least I know my next bus can't go off without me, because we're in front of it, so that's fine. Okay, we're here at Cinderford bus station next to the Tesco and all of the rest of it. I am going to record this bus leave, as well as there were two buses behind a lovely Yutong. Who says you need to go to Newport for some lovely Yutong buses? So I will record this one and the two buses that caught behind as well. Leave in this video instead of a bus spotting video. Thanks. Thanks? Wait, this isn't the outro. Never mind, forget what I was saying. First up to leave Cinderford bus station is VX13FLC 15876 on a 22 to Gloucester. And there's two other Newport bus services. at the bus station, a 711 Buckshaft via Cinderford, YX11 AGV 303 E200, and the 72 off to Chepstow. We'll get that later on. These, of course, were the two buses caught behind us. So it's very nice to know if you want to see lower decker Utongs and you don't want to travel all the way to Cardiff or Newport, come here to Cinderford or Lydney. YX11 AGV 303 Newport bus, ADL Enviro 200s will be leaving Cinderford bus station very shortly on a 711 to Buckshaft. And it is a lovely short 9 metre. And additionally leaving now CE23 ZGV Z36 by Newport Bus, electric livery 72 to Chepstow or Casquent via Lydney via Lydney. Very nice and electric. So, a little bus spotting segment of this video. Now the time is 12:55 and my bus is the 13:15. So let's talk buses in Cinderford. So of course you've got quite a few buses. Stagecoach west-wise, you've got the 22 to Colford from here, travelling via Ruadine and Broadwell, and also the 22 in the other direction to Gloucester via Little Dean, Westbury on 7 and Minsterworth on an hourly service Monday to Saturday early morning to late evening and Sundays every 2 hours. You have the 23A by Forest Community Transport, which offers one return journey a day. That goes to Lydney bus station via Elton, Newnham and Blakeney, and that leaves here at 18:55 Monday to Friday. And you also get the Stagecoach West 24 towards Gloucester going via Drybrook, Mitchell Dean, Boxbush, Huntley, Churcham and then Gloucester, running on average every 2 hours Monday to Saturday, every 2 hours definitely on a Sunday. That does extend through to what's it called, Monmouth, and then additionally you get the 24 in the other direction, so that goes to Colford, and it extends through to Monmouth, I think, in service. The FR Willets 27 service that we saw before, that goes to Lydney bus station via the Cinderford area. So it's like a circular, so it goes Lidl Store, Hollywood Works, Cinderford Surgery, Forest View Park, Cinderford Brook, the hospital, then Canop, Park End, etc. 3 trips a day, Monday to Saturday, 9, 10, 12:35 and 4:35. Then Newport buses, Newport Transport, whatever you want to call it, operates the 72 to Chepstow from here. That goes via Rusbridge, Upper Sudley, Blakeney, Lydney, Alvington and Tutshill, running on about every 2 hour frequency Monday to Saturday. And then the 72 in the other direction to Mitchell Dean via the Cinderford garage, where we got caught by those traffic lights, at Gloucestershire College as well, and that's the every 2 hour frequency in the other direction. Then you have the 711, which we also recorded, going to the Ploods, which operates 1 trip Monday to Saturday at 12:15. And then round the side, this is quite an awkward spot for the bus times. You have the 711 by Newport Transport in the other direction to Rusbridge. That's 10:48 and 12:48 Monday to Saturday. You have the Stagecoach West 746, which I'll be boarding. That runs to Ross-on-Wye via Ruardine, Joy's Green, Lower Lydbrook, Kernbridge and Archenfield, 11:22, 1:15 and 5:25. And then you also get the 746. Does it go a different way around? Yeah, it goes a different way towards Ross-on-Wye. That one via Drybrook, Mitchell Dean, Huntley, Boxbush, Lee and Weston and Penyard. That's 9:30 Monday to Saturday. So there's 3 trips of that bus. You have the 781 by Newent Community Transport to Gloucester. That runs on Wednesdays only at 9:40 from here. And you also get the Newent Community Transport service to Blakeney. That leaves here on Wednesdays at 2:18. So it's a return journey. And then you also get the 790 by Forest Community Transport to Newnham on Fridays only, with a return journey beginning at 12. So this is Cinderford bus station. I'm going to wait for my 715 to arrive. And when it does, not 715, 746. And when it does, get on, obviously. I'm going to hop into the Tesco quickly, see what we're working with. See you in a bit. Okay guys, I went in Cinderford Tesco and I was like, oh, let me get something to eat. I bought 6 apples from Cinderford Tesco. I've had one, it was nice, it was a very red apple. Anyway, I'm on 36388 now. It is a ADL Enviro 200, Stagecoach local exterior. We are on the 1315 746 to Ross on Wye via quite a lot of places. I'm not going to film a route snippet for this one, I'll film it on the way back. This has like a 10-minute turnaround up at alarms. It has a 10-minute turnaround up at Ross on Wye, Cantaloupe Road, and then it goes back out at 2:15, so in about an hour's time. And I probably will film a full one on the way back, full route visual. So we'll see how it goes. This is 746 to be ticked off. Also guys, I can now tick off the 22 because I've done my return, so I've done another route, the 22. That's all I've done today, one route. Not great, but by the end of this I would have done 3. Small and steady steps, especially Forest and Dean, which is miles away from where I live. So yeah, 746, which is there, is going to be ticked off at the end of this. Time on board 36388 would be up. Of course, I begun my day on this bus at 1:15 on the 746 service up to Ross on Wye. Then we did the 2:15 back, and it's now 3 o'clock. I think, yeah, it's now 3 o'clock, and I forgot that this bus will form the 3:05:24 to Gloucester, which means that I'm going to be on the same bus from 1:15 to 4:15 for 3 hours with the same driver. Now that is quite a statistic, so we will be coming back out the same way. This will turn into a 24 to Gloucester very shortly, and I'm going to remain on board all the way back to Gloucester. Okay guys, I've had a severe lapse in my judgment. Now, of course, I don't know how busy school is. However, that's the 24 going, well, I missed it. The 24 going the other way, that's basically full. This is 3,000. Anyway, this is the 15:05:24 from Cinderford bus station now. The problem with this is it serves Cinderford School. Dean Magna? I can't remember. So I might have a bit of company on board this bus. I am right at the back, so I might move forward one. That's the exit, but the driver didn't speak to me. Oh no, sorry, Mitchell Dean School. So Mitchell Dean, anyway. Driver didn't speak to me. I'm staying on till 4:15. Now my phone is on critical percentage, so I'm going to have to run on critical but low. And by the time we're at Gloucester, so I'm going to get the 8 to Hempstead to go to the Argos, get a power bank, come back, and then see from there. Probably just back to Cirencester and then have half of this route done. We'll see how it goes. But this is just a elongated 22, goes a bit of a different way, but it's still Gloucester to Colford via Cinderford. Just takes a bit longer. By a bit, I mean 22 minutes longer. Enjoy. Well, I'm not recording anything, but yeah, still. Okay, we are at Dean Magna now. However, they broke up last Friday, so literally every school in the UK has broken up except Gloucestershire and Wales. Now this is technically Gloucestershire, but they've broken up. I've just had a look at the term dates. They are not in. No one's getting on, but because Stagecoach are using the term time timetable, we have to stop there. So we've been sat here for the last 4 minutes nearly, and we'll be off in 4 minutes again. Great. Bit of an upgrade since the last clip. We are now on a 94X service, so I'm going to explain what I did. So I got back to Gloucester on that service. It was very nice. Joy. We got in on time, which is what you want to see. Then I actually walked down to Hempstead, not Asda, Argos, because the bus, I had just missed one, or it was running really late, and they had only just come past me once I had left the Argos, already purchased the power bank. So yeah, done a bit of charging. It's already died though, unfortunately, so it's whatever. And then I walked back again, only as far as the Peel Centre, so then I got a bus. So I got 12 from Peel Centre and Keys bus stop in. It was PO11BBF, I think, to 7710. Got that into the city. Then I'm on the 94X now. This, 94. This is the 520 SN66 VYP. We are on time, a bit early, I don't know. This will get us back into Cheltenham at 6:07. That does mean I didn't do the return for the 24, so I've done half of the 24, so I've only done 2.5 routes today. However, the next time I go Forester Dean Way, I'll do the 24, so I'll get that to Colford, and I'll do the 35, which escaped me, and then 23, which I never did as well. So that's probably what I'm going to do in one of the next episodes, but I'll probably do that Friday of this week to come out in a couple of days from this video. Tomorrow we've got a full route visual of the 746 coming out, and then the day after that I have got a ride on board. No, sorry, I think I've done that wrong. Tomorrow we have a route snippet coming out for 22. Day after it's full route visual of the 746. Day after that it's 1597 at 67 ride along or ride on board, so sound only. Then after that I will do the next episode of this, which will be Forester Dean again. Yay! But hopefully, if I'm ready, I'm going to start my day at 6:40 so I can get home earlier, because it's 6 o'clock right now and I'm in Cheltenham. I'm going to do a bit of bus spotting because I have a bus spotting video in progress. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. Also, an update on the Apple situation just before I end this video. I've had 4 today. I did drop one though, so technically I've only had 3. Anyway, I've got off the bus. I'm going to finish some bus spotting in Cheltenham, because I started a video on that a couple of weeks. No one's waiting for the 51. Wow. And it leaves in 25 minutes, to be fair. Anyway, yeah. I need to finish that bus spotting episode that has already come out by the time you're watching this video. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do now. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.